Hello everyone, I'm Glenn from D12 Dev and I'm going to give a brief tour of our web app called Chartopia. So what is Chartopia? It's a web app where you can create, search for and organize your tabletop random table and random generator collection. So in some ways it's a little bit like Pinterest, but you have the added ability to create your own random tables and generators and host them on the website. So perhaps a better way to describe it is a little bit of a cross between Pinterest and a web app like JS Fiddle, where you can create JavaScript applications and share those with others. So I'm going to give a short tour of some of the basics. So when you go to the site, this is initially what you see, and you can see some of the latest charts, which you can see more of, some of the collections, which are bundles of charts, some of the featured ones, that's stuff that I've decided to highlight on the page, and then some featured charts, and then just the extended library, which you can search through, and there are hundreds of charts to choose from or to search for. So first of all, this is the whole point of Chartopia, is to be a really easy way to roll on what could be quite complex random tables. So for example, we take the Alert the Bandit table, which a user has added to the site. You can quickly roll and get some results from a random table. I see this user has sourced it from Lady Tiefling, so I really hope she doesn't mind. That's her Twitter handle, Lady Tiefling. She makes some really great content. Be sure to check it out. But this user has added it to Chartopia. But rather than just being a simple PDF, the beauty of a digitized random table is that you get added randomization tools at your disposal. So you can see here the user's added a little rollable list. So we can choose, when it rolls on this, it could be potentially a brass, iron or steel lock. Later on we have some language features that allow you to roll a dice to create some values on the fly. So this is saving a lot of dice rolls if you're at the table and you want to generate some results. If we were to expand out the table, you do get some options like some printer-friendly charts, which you can print out. If you create an account and sign in to Chartopia, you get a few more options available to you. So you can sign using traditional email and password, or just use one of the social sign-in methods. So you get a few filters. For example, you can see what the latest charts are. Perhaps search for some of the latest Star Wars charts that have been added. What have we got? And it's picked up a few into the odd tables, but we've got Star Wars Quest table that I created a few weeks ago. And then of course we've got the most liked charts. There's quite a few. Oops, still searching for Star Wars. Some of the most liked charts that are on Chartopia at the moment. But what I'm going to show you first is the ability to drill into some of the collections. So a collection is a assortment of tables. I'm not going to show how to create a chart in a collection in this video. I'll just show you how to browse through them and show you some of the interesting features you can get. So for example, the NPCs from Kevin Crawford's Stars Without Number. So if you're a fan of Adam Coble's GM Swan Song, you might be familiar with Stars Without Number role-playing game. If you haven't watched Swan Song, it's pretty good. But here we go, some NPCs. As an NPC generator random table, and at some point you might get a table that you really like and you can save it for later, and later on go to your saved roles and have get a record of everything that was saved. Now the best part is you can write some notes for these tables in case you need a reason for remembering why you saved it in the first place. Conversely, as well as that, you can also get a printer-friendly version of whatever your table result is, in case you want to put that in a binder for later. So there's a few little features buried away in Chartopia which aren't super obvious, so this is why I'm giving a little tour. What else we got? We got folders. So one of the other features of Chartopia is the ability to not just organize your tables into collections, but also into folders as well. For example, every time you like a chart, there is a folder for that. That's one of the automatically populated folders. But for example, I've got a sci-fi folder here with just one thing in it. Inside the sci-fi folder is Star Wars. Now the great thing about folders is it's a many-to-many relationship. I can have many charts and many folders, and many folders can have many charts. So for example, I can find myself another Star Wars chart. What have I got? I think it was like we'll just type in Star Wars and see what comes up. World Secrets, add that one, maybe my quests idea. And as you can see, if I go up into the sci-fi, we can find something that's not Star Wars, such as the Kevin Crawford Stars Without Number stuff. So I think it was something NBCs or something. NBCs. But as you can see, what the great thing with folders is they filter themselves. Likewise, you can add a new folder, perhaps you want fantasy, and you can populate that much the same way. You can also roll on them from this location and do pretty much the same thing you could do from the front page. So I hope this gives just a rough idea of what Chartopia is capable of without even getting into creating any charts. So you can browse the library for many of other users' content that they've contributed and made public and organize themselves for your games. There are some preset search filters, but does follow that kind of Pinterest-esque filtering. So for example, if we just wanted to get some Warhammer 40k encounters, you can drill down into those. Warhammer 40k weapon encounters, so okay, it's just a few more extra things pop up. Likewise, if we go loot, quite a few loot tables can show up there and offer you some options for your games. And that is about it. So I will hopefully get around to making a basic table in a subsequent video, and we'll build upon that in other videos after that. All the best.